Kumu sketch mode with toolbar, another aha moment. I was reading an article by Gyan Weck, Systems Thinking, What's It All About? And in the midst of the argument in the article, he presents this what drives adequate housing model, which I thought was quite interesting, quite well done. Though it was done in Vensim, and I really thought that it would be nice if it was in Kumu so that we could actually evolve it if that seemed appropriate. So I decided to go ahead and start implementing it. And as I'm doing that, I realized that I was doing it in sketch mode with the toolbar, and all of a sudden I realized or had a thought as to how difficult it used to be to do this. And presently it's so much more fluid. And I thought I would go ahead and share with you my aha moment about how fluid it has become and how difficult it used to be. When I create models, I always start with this Kumu template because there are so many options in Kumu for how you define and decorate things that you can use one of the predefined templates, which didn't quite suit me, so I created one of my own. And whenever I want to create a new project, I can open this and simply come here and tell it to fork this project, which creates a new version of it. Now, which is all well and good, though after doing it a few times and coming into the new model and having to select all this and delete it and deleting all the text, I realized that just got old in a hurry. So I created a blank version of the template. So it's got all of the definitions behind the scenes. It just doesn't have anything actually defined in terms of a model. Now, the typical way that you define a model in the Kumu is you come down here and you say add element and you call it something, hit enter, you place it on the map, and then you come down here and you add something else and you say more stuff. And then you have to come down here and say add connection, and I go from something to something to something more. Oh, so I'm sorry, I messed up. Oh, okay. So you have to define the beginning and the ending elements. Or you can go ahead and simply hold down the Alt key and drag from one to another and define it that way, or hold down the Alt key and drag off and say, this is a new piece. So after you create these pieces, you then have to select them and go over here and define what the types are as to how you want them to be decorated in the model. And it just quickly gets annoying. Though if you go to here and tell it to turn the toolbar on, then there's a toolbar that shows up. Now, to go in here and turn the toolbar on and save it, and then when I'm done, it just got annoying. So I created a new template called Edit View, which imports the template view and sets the toolbar to true, so that now, after I draw something and I come in here, a toolbar shows up, which I can use to just go ahead and change the pieces. You can change the text. You can put a text on the link. You can go ahead and color it. You can change the direction. All of the things that you would normally do over here on the left. But you're still operating through here in terms of having to create things or hold down the Alt key and create things. If you actually go to sketch mode, things get so much easier because the default is any place you click, here is, you can put a piece any place you want to. New element. And if you click on something, mouse over it and drag, you can create connections from one place to another without holding down the Alt key, or you can click off and drag off of something, new stuff. And if you want to change the styles, all you have to do is mouse over it, the toolbar pops up, and you can change the type. So it gets to be extremely fluid in terms of being able to sort of add pieces at the speed of thought. So as I was, and all of a sudden, as I was filling this out by closing this, because I don't need the panel on the side anymore, and making this larger so I could read the labels, and working on adding the pieces, simply going into edit view and putting myself in sketch mode, and then you know you're in sketch mode. Let's see, no, sketch mode. So now you can simply add pieces such as this. And after you do, you can go ahead and set the styles, set the types from here, and not have to go someplace else, so that it just becomes extremely fluid in terms of being able to just sort of create the map at the speed of thought, as opposed to having to repeatedly go different places to create the pieces. You can simply create the pieces from where you are and change the styles or change the types so that they're appropriately set to agree with whatever template you're using. And I just, in the midst of doing this, I just stopped and said, whoa, this is so much easier than the Keanu Reeves, whoa, oh no. So much easier than it used to be. If you just realize the pieces that go together in the best ways to just be able to map out the relationships in very short order and establish the types. So hope you found this of some interest, and I'll see you in another amusing soon. Bye.